Jeep SRT8 in here, which is essentially the Jeep Cherokee running the 6.4 litre Hemi engine, and we've just fitted a Ripp supercharger system, which is a Vortec air-to-air intercooled system. We've basically done it all as the Ripp do the system. So it's got in the front of the grille there's got the air-to-air intercooler, and then it's got all the plumbing put into it. It runs off a 6-rib drive system, and it comes together as a pretty neat organised working kit. We've done a little bit of custom tuning, and we changed some few bits and pieces around to get it work just like we wanted it to, but it came up pretty well. These are a high compression engine, so they're only running mild boost, pretty decent amount of fuel in the system to make it all work properly. So it has larger injectors, there's some other bits and pieces in the plumbing to make it all work well, but they certainly turn a big vehicle that goes okay into a big vehicle that goes pretty well. Over here we've got the graph. Now we're actually running, we only get full throttle into the run. This is an automatic, we can't really control a lot. So down the bottom we're only running part throttle, but even down there you can see there's a reasonable increase in the thing in a way of right from the beginning. We get up to, it's probably around here, that around 160 k's an hour I can get full throttle into it without it kicking down, and then you can see the actual gains. You know, we're going from really what we had a peak power of just on 310 horsepower at the tyres. And then we've gone up to the 400 and just on the 470, 473, 470 horsepower at the tyres. So really good gain. It's more top end being a centrifugal supercharger system, and also the fact that it's running low boost, but it's a nice improvement to a pretty big heavy vehicle. Okay, let's take this Jeep for a drive. See how it's going to go. Already you can feel that these things they're a nice luxury sort of feeling vehicle, and they don't go bad standard, but they're probably a little bit underpowered for what they could be in the modern day. Big heavy vehicle. It is a 6.4 litre V8. They're high compression. They make pretty good power, but as you saw, we're only really making around the 310 at the wheels, in the standard form with just a catback exhaust system on it. So this is going to essentially power where the centrifugal supercharger gives more power in the top end than it does in the bottom end, but it's still an increase everywhere. It's only mild boost, which suits the high compression ratio. They're running basically the tuners in here running a fair bit of fuel to protect things and make it nice and safe, and you really end up with the same vehicle with just some more power. But anyway, we'll put it through the pace a little bit. Sitting on the 100 k's, a little squeeze. There's a moderate urge there without asking too much out of anything. Not shifting down or anything like that. Get it back down to 100 k's. Okay, give it a little bit more of a squeeze. Shifted down again, and you really starts coming with the revs, coming around 4,000 revs, and it really is quite a different car. That's still not full throttle. That was only sort of about 2/3 throttle, so we've got a good urge out of that at that level. Okay, well I'll come back down and we'll just do it from a standstill. This is running four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, so we'll just leave everything off and see what it actually takes off like. Just from a standstill. Well, that's not too bad. Up through the gears. here and I'll shift over to manual mode, and we'll do a takeoff like that and see how it actually falls in manual mode. Over to sport. Going pretty damn well, shifting up there. Being a 7-speed automatic, it's really shifting at 6,000 revs. You're only really getting back down into around 5.2, 5.5, so you're really using the top end of the power range pretty well there. Do a little lap through town. So just in automatic mode. These are set up to use pretty low RPM. It's a pretty big engine, 6.4 litres, so they use low RPM, gentle driving, get good acceleration, got a nice quiet note to them, and really they just got a little bit more urge, but very much a standard car in the way they drive around town. Okay, well that's a road test in this Supercharged SRT8 6.4 litre Jeep Cherokee.